Let's keep this video short and sweet, just like Gervonta Davis.
My head. He's mad. He's mad.
Welcome back to Box Talk. Today, I'm going to be talking about Gervonta Davis fumbling the bag against Jake Paul for the fight that's supposed to happen on November 14th at the Ksenia Center in Miami, Florida. If you enjoyed this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment down below what you would like to see next from Box Talk, as well as to comment down below who do you think Jake Paul is going to be fighting. And without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. Gervonta Davis, man, all you had to do was go home and go to the gym, back and forth, rinse and repeat until you finished the fight. You fumbled the bag. You lost a $50 million presumed payday that you were going to get. And on top of that, you lost the respect of all boxing fans. Even though it was a bit of a clown show having a 200-pound fighter face a 135-pound fighter, regardless of that, he lost the respect out of everybody. And Gervonta Davis was supposed to pretty much, go into the sunset after this one. And it seems like he's off into the sunset now. I don't think anybody's going to want to work with him now. I don't think he's going to be facing any big or major competition from here on out, at least for the next couple of years. Gervonta Davis is extremely talented. I mean, his stats speak for itself. That's why Jake Paul picked him. Either way, as the time goes, we'll find out who Jake Paul is going to be fighting next. Jake Paul does have a couple of options available, and I'll get more into that in just a second. First, I really want to speak about Gervonta Davis and what's next for him. Gervonta Davis really doesn't have a whole lot of options left. Maybe he's just going to retire. He has to focus on his case. He's definitely going to need money, so he's probably going to pick up some fights if at all possible. Lamont Roach, he could have rematched. He had Shakur Stevenson he could have faced. Teofimo Lopez he could have faced. Devin Haney he could have faced, which would have been a great matchup. Considering they both sparred each other and it didn't go in Tank's favor per se. But either way, they both were working each other at Mayweather's gym. And I think that would have been a great matchup. I don't know what's going to be next for him. And those are probably the only possibilities. Maybe even a Pitbull rematch if he's able to work with any of these promoters. I know Jake Paul said that Gervonta Davis was a nightmare to work with. I can only imagine how he's going to be in the future. His mindset is completely destroyed now. It has to be. And for him to, pick up another fight, he's got to be 100% away from all the DV allegations, away from all the baby mama drama, everything. He has to just lock in and focus. And this was the perfect opportunity. And he had a major hiccup in June and now another hiccup. This is getting out of control. Jake Paul, on the other hand, let's go ahead and talk about him and what's going to be next for him. He is going to be possibly still fighting in December. I think it's going to be a possibility since a lot of people are stepping up and a lot of people are saying, hey, I want to fight Jake Paul. Probably for the payday, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, there's some competition out there that I really want to see. Now, I want to see some heavyweights come up against Jake Paul. But you also have Ryan Garcia who wanted to step up. Oscar De La Hoya wasn't going to let that slide though, because Oscar De La Hoya is probably going to set up Ryan Garcia with Mario Barrios to win a belt. Because money, belt, and Ryan Garcia's last fight. So Oscar De La Hoya is going to do what's best for him and for Ryan, if that makes sense. So Jake Paul's going to be out the equation. Then we also have Francis Ngannou, which I think is going to be a very favorable fan matchup. Francis Ngannou is an absolute beast. And Jake Paul and Francis Ngannou have history. They both were working with each other for PFL, and that fell through. Francis Ngannou went to fight Fury as well as Joshua, which he got absolutely sparked by. Jake Paul to face Francis Ngannou would be very great for us to see if he can take any of those shots and to show Jake Paul's skill as a professional fighter. I don't think he's going to do very well against Francis Ngannou. I think Francis Ngannou has too much power for Jake Paul to handle, and Jake Paul is probably going to get knocked out for sure against Francis. Yo, what's good, Naeem? Filming right now. Yeah. My boy and his son asking for y'all to support the channel, and I say the same. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment down below what you would like to see next. And we also have a lot of fights coming up within the next couple of weeks, including the Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn fight coming up on the 15th. And we also have the Ring Magazine 4 card that's going to have David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde, as well as Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. But there's a couple other fights on there I'm not going to go under. The Ring 5 card is also going to happen in December, and we're going to have a whole lot more boxing to talk about. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.